button. And then this button. Alright, title of the stream.
Oof. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. I didn't either.
Anyone got any ideas?
What are we doing today?
It depends. The caravan is coming so that we can sell magic items to them. I talked to Tim and Kyle earlier, and also Josh a bit in private DMs about potentially running back to the dungeon to get the rest of the magic items that may or may not be there. Using the Shadow-bound Wayfinder to do so.
As part of like clearing out whatever stuff we might have skipped over.
Yeah, because there's some rooms we missed. There's like some areas I walked through that I didn't have detect magic on for. And so I'm like, maybe we could try and find some more magic items to sell real quick, because it'll be a while before they come back.
How long do we have until they get here?
I talked to Josh a bit. He said 1 to 2 days.
Well,
and I also
maybe we
reviewed
could-
the VOD and it said 1 to 2 days.
We could go check for magical items, and maybe we could even try to explore a little more. I feel like we're not going to be in there for 2 days, whatever we do.
Yeah, I mean, it's night right now, and so, quote, 1 to 2 days was told to me today, so they're either here tomorrow or the next day. And so if they're here tomorrow, we'll want to be here tomorrow. Like, so we'd have to leave, like, tomorrow morning, essentially, because, like, we left off at night. Let me make a stream title. Since we might be going back, I'm going to call it Backtracking.
And one thing I remember was there was something shining in the water.
Yeah, it was a pair of eyes, if I remember correctly. But yeah, that's our current. Hello, everybody, and welcome to D&D. I'm not your host. I'm not the DM. I'm gonna give a recap anyway.
Please do.
Last time, we came back from our perilous journey into the frozen catacombs. When we came back, there was a child infected with the skulk, as we came to know it. We took care of that situation, took care of its source, got a bag of holding, informed the citizens of the skulk infection, and then the next day was a bit of a downtime day where we cured ourselves a bit. Ergi became enlightened and reconnected with his deity, with a deity, not the original deity. And then Karzan started putting up signs around town because he was informed that the caravan would be coming. So now we are debating at this time whether we should do like a mad dash back to the area we were at to try and scavenge whatever we could find, to sweep the dungeon with detect magic for anything we may have missed, potentially using a magic item we got as well, and then also, yeah, sell into the caravan if we get to that point.
Yeah, something like that. We'll have to figure it out. Like you said, we left off in the evening time. You guys had been spending the day cleaning things up, putting up signs. I believe, if I remember correctly, Cal had requested to Karzan to repaint the sign for the hidden stash, which is just kind of a simple black sign with the words hidden stash and then a big handlebar mustache underneath it. Pretty simple, pretty easy to do. You all have an evening to carouse, to hang out, whatever you want to do. But the evening is yours. I guess I should ask, what do you want to do?
Karzan would gather everyone up in a table at least together and basically present this idea to the group as I've presented it. We don't know what's left
You
there.
gather.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Just gonna say you gather your troop. Clash leans against the leans his chair back kind of against the wall, up on two legs. Marlon comes over, brings each of you your favorite drinks, and you have a fairly secured, fairly private corner that you have procured.
Well, we don't know what's left in the dungeon. There may be some magic items that we care for, some that we don't and wish to sell. Whatever the chance, our only opportunity is either tomorrow or the next day. And it'd be prudent if we got them before the caravan arrived.
Well, I don't have anything better to do. Go.
I think the only issue with your idea is making sure that we're here for the caravan, right? And so,
Indeed.
if we're gonna go, I say we go now.
I am down some spell slots as of this very second. However, we could still do it. I would be willing to go now.
Let's see.
How long does the caravan usually stay for?
I mean, I feel like I would know that if I have been here long enough.
Oh yeah. Generally, caravans stay for minimum of like 3-4 days.
Oh.
Maximum of like a week or two.
I didn't even consider that. I thought they'd just be here for
Yeah.
like a day. That's
Well,
brilliant,
maybe
though.
we get some rest then, and then in the morning we can go and hope for monsters.
Hope for monsters.
We could also, of interest to some magically inclined people, are not just magic items, but the parts of magical creatures. I know our local Nyx is very good at skinning a thing or two. Whatever we find down there that may be of interest to those who need that. Alchemists, I believe some monster leathers are made for magical gear. That would also be potentially worth selling to this caravan.
I'd be willing to do that if we did come across something.
And then there's the
Yeah.
question, of course, what we would like to buy with that gold. I could use a bit of better armor myself, I believe. Clash could perhaps use a bit of better armor.
He looks down at his armor and I think I'm fine.
Just imagine how much more heroic you'd look in a set of plate armor, Clash.
grabs his mug and takes a big drink.
There's also diamonds that we could procure for castings of Revivify, spell scrolls, whatever other
Potions are always
potions,
useful.
whatever magic items the caravan may or may not have, I'm unsure. I've seen them around, but never really paid them much mind.
I guess we wouldn't know for sure what they have until they get here.
Indeed.
Yeah. I'm in favor of just going. Let's do this tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Right. In the morning, is it then?
Bright and early. 600 hours. Get a good night's
600
rest.
hours?
Ash takes it, like, starts counting on his fingers. Like 6 weeks from now.
In other words, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Tarzan's genuinely impressed that Clash was able to calculate that quickly. He says, "Good job." Though that's not what I meant.
Okay.
6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh. Okay.
Right.
Well, he kind of takes his ponytail, wraps around his eyes, and kind of just leans back, drifts off.
You have rooms. He's
Ew.
already gone. Several sets of them, actually. Yes.
Eh.
That sounds
And within seconds, you hear snoring.
Yeah, that's right.
Marlin would tell him to move if he needed to, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he needs to.
I think with how
will-
much business I've given Marlin, like Clash could break the entirety of this place, and our group would have still netted Marlin positive income.
Alright.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Tarzan will excuse himself and retire to the Golden Vein.
Unless anyone has anything else to do, we will call that night, or call that evening complete. You each get a good night's rest. Go ahead and mark off your long rest. And yeah, the morning comes. It is nice and warm in your rooms. Depending on where you sleep, you can either go to the vein or rooms here in the hidden stash. But you each eventually find yourselves back in the common room, back in the main entry of hidden stash. Who's the first to come down to get out or to meet here?
I'm guessing Cal.
Didn't make
Cal,
you
you-
Pretty early.
labor.
Oh, not normally, but today he's feeling it. Yeah, he's getting he's packing a lunch. He's getting things ready. Like he's getting a thick leather wineskin full of like mulled wine to take with them. Like just like getting all the getting things put together, getting ready to go. We're not eating no field rations down in that cavern.
Fair enough. As you're gathering stuff together, you hear a sound. You look over into the what's it called, into the common room, and Clash is exactly where you guys left him the night before. Still passed out, still teetering on two legs of his chair.
It's an
I'm
impressive
gonna get a plate put together. That's like some roast beef and like a potato, like fresh cooked. Get it all seasoned up and whatever. Place it in front of him and just kind of like waft the scent up towards his face.
Probably around this time that Nyx comes down to the common
Yeah,
room.
that sounds right.
Nyx comes down. Nyx, you head down the stairs before you hear like a huge crash, and you look over and Clash is on his back, feet up in the air, just had completely fallen over, lost balance, and Hal probably standing in front of him, chuckling to himself.
So I dare
Cal
ask,
says breakfast is ready and then walks away.
Flash gets up, looks around, nods to you, Nix, and picks up his chair, sits down, starts eating.
whatever, I'm gonna go get breakfast.
There's stuff ready for you, like a made plate ready for you.
Thank you.
Where's Nergi?
I'll probably show up after Nick sometime.
Tarzan will also be there on time.
You all are the first here in the common room. Marlin eventually comes out and waves to you guys. You guys up early?
We're off to see the wizard. Oh wait, that's probably not in world. Whatever.
The early bird catches the worm and whatnot.
All right. Well, good luck with whatever you're doing. Looks over at one of the corners where there's a massive mess. Oh, that's gonna be fun to clean up. Someone last night had left a little present for Marlin. Excuse me.
Cal will just walk over and use Prestige to just magically clean it up and sweep
Okay.
it out into the street and just like leave it in the gutter.
After a couple of casts of prestidigitation, you managed to get it mostly cleaned up and pushed out. Right as Marlin comes out with a bucket full of water and a mop, looks over. Oh, hey, much appreciated. And he goes and finishes cleaning it up. Rest you finish eating, and I'm assuming start the hike up to the Citadel. It is. The sun is barely crested the forest as you are starting your hike, and it is really cold. This is probably one of the coldest mornings you guys have had since being here. Well, all but Carson. About an hour later, hour or two later, you make it up the Citadel. Your signs are still planted in the ground. Remind me what they say exactly again.
Property of the Fellowship of Fools, no trespassing, danger, enter it, or, yeah.
Open the doors into the now frigid interior of Ross Citadel. Let's just go there. Just for fun. Anything you guys want to do while here, or just head straight down to the Frozen Crypts?
Once we're inside,
Go down.
how long does the elevator ride take?
About 10 or so minutes.
Okay, then I'm not going to start ritually casting Detect Magic yet. Then I'll start casting it once the elevator starts. No, yeah, I got nothing.
Heading down.
Head to the elevator. The creaking of ropes and chains as fill your ears as you pull the lever and you start to descend. And if you thought it was cold outside, it is nothing compared to the frigid ness of the caverns themselves. Let's see, where do we leave off?
I'm gonna pull out the rose and hold it.
Okay. It is lessened.
Karzan holds in his hand the Shadowbound Wayfinder that we received, which is a magic item we got at, I don't know how long ago. It's in our items tab. Which the ability is like once per day you can focus on it, take 2d6 damage that reduces your max hit points. It reveals a secret location or a hidden object or secret location within a 120-foot radius. He's not going to use it right now, but he does have it ready.
Okay.
Now let's see, how long is 20, 100?
Sorry, I had to move you guys.
Okay.
It's fine.
Boop, boop.
So we haven't used this thing, so we
I-
don't know if it's gonna leave any corruption.
I identified it.
Oh, right.
Looks like if we use it like 8-ish times, or maybe 6, we could cover the whole space here.
Karzan will quickly whip out a card, and he's going to use his ability to cast Aid at 3rd level on myself, on Cal, and on Nix. So we each get a maximum of 15 hit points increased.
Wow, that went up.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's not temporary. Can I... That should... Temporary max HP. 15. Is that not changing my hit points? Or do I have to have my sheet right here?
So that increases the current health at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Weirdly, it's not doing it on this sheet. 1 second. If I switch back to the fancy sheet, does it do it? Temp max HP. Save. There we go. That's what I like to see. 53. Alright. Sweet. And then I'm...
Alright, so
as we reach the bottom, I finish ritually casting Detect Magic.
30 foot, I believe, right?
Yes. Here. We should... see if I can... circle template. Game's paused. I can't do anything.
All right, there you go.
There you go. There we go.
Okay. All right. The silence of these frozen caverns is broken by your preparation, your spell casting. And Clash's heavy boots on the ice. You want to go? What do you want to do? There were several places where you guys didn't go previously, as well as potentially looking into a way to open up the next area, or however that works. You're not entirely sure.
Right.
There was the kneeling man, and the request for his
instruments.
instrument. Yeah.
I know the two places I'm thinking of is one, if we go back to that basement, because I think there's what was it? Something that Nick's like carried with the intention of like throwing it in that fireplace of transmogrification to see what it would change into.
That's also the next... That's where Karzan wants to go as well, because then I can activate the Wayfinder in the center. Maybe have like a good chance of finding something secret.
Cool.
Well,
Is that where you
Let's
head?
do it.
well, I think we'll take the north path because I don't think we've ever paid attention to the northern path in this specific area.
Okay.
It's kind of like,
Why don't you go ahead?
yeah.
You can move yourselves.
I'll move my template when it's relevant.
We'd have to run back through this way once because all the
did,
doors were locked.
But we didn't really pay attention.
That's fair.
As you travel this
there's-
north path. Sorry, go ahead.
Never mind.
As you travel the north path, you notice that it does split. You know that section they do meet back up on the other side, but on the left there is a pool of frigid water with stalactites and stalagmites, both hanging down and jutting out like the jagged teeth of some beast. Sorry, I forgot about Clash. Your detect magic does not pick up anything. And yeah,
Okay.
We've been skirting around this bigger room so far, huh?
Yeah, we can go through it.
going through the circular room.
Yeah.
A snowman room.
Snowman.
The room we go to, I'll lead to.
Okay.
As you walk into the room that used to hold the snowmen, you notice that nothing has changed. Piles of snow are exactly where you left them, albeit that they're a bit more frozen on the ground now. And the open box that you guys had left here is still there.
Not left here. It's in the tavern.
Just kidding. It's not here anymore. I forgot about that.
Okay.
A creepy river.
Yep.
Is it still creepy?
As you stare into it, you do see a face, an arm, the back of someone's head, all ethereal, translucent. And you swear you hear the as someone or something travels down the river.
Is it flowing from top right?
It is flowing from top right to bottom left, and then down south.
I'm gonna try to hop it with a prepared action to teleport if I fail.
Okay. Make your acrobatics check or athletics.
Does an 11 do it?
11 does it, yes.
8.
Let's say 10 is the DC.
Alright. Does Tarzan need to make a roll with his boots of striding and springing?
Probably not, no. You want to make the roll for Clash?
Sure. Athletics? Or...
Yeah. Athletics or acrobatics. Yeah, he's fine.
Now that everybody has crossed, I'll just throw my rope over and have it like tied to the bridge or something by a handhold.
Yep.
I'd like to pick this bush, please.
Sure. Yes.
I believe you had me roll a d4 for that before. Great.
2 berries.
So,
Great.
skimming the book that we found in the basement, by the way, which we can still see in books and writings in the items tab, I saw a part that says, page 5, with flute in hand, Sir Alden ventured into the mountains where the giants dwelled. And that might be the solution
the
to our
dude.
puzzle.
Are we wanting to go down?
No, I'm just pointing that out right now.
Okay.
But well, we did want to go down because Nyx wanted to check it out and throw something in the fire real quick.
I meant
Yeah.
down to the next level of the entire
Oh,
thing. And
no,
I'm pretty
no.
sure solving that puzzle is going to take us down.
Yeah, no, we don't want to do that right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it was a horn that I was wanting to toss in the fireplace. I also kind of wanted to blow it to see if anything happened that way.
Okay.
So let me move my.
So you-
Oh, yeah.
Well, after we get in the basement, if there's nothing new.
So you guys head down the stairs to the library.
Carson's going to scan all the rooms with his detect magic.
You see the ruined remains of the piano right about there.
Right.
But with your detect magic, you do not.
Nothing in the
No.
sarcophaguses over here.
Let me double check on my little cheat sheet. No, you do not sense anything else.
Gotcha.
I think Clash is immediately going to go and take a seat at one of the chairs. Put his boots up on the table. Lean back.
All right.
We have a bunch of flutes already, right?
Oh, yeah.
We also have a bunch
Okay.
of wands for sale that we're selling at the shop now. 10 gold each. Maybe even discount. I'd be willing to go 5 gold each.
The one thing you notice, right off the bat about being down here, and throughout your journey, is how unbelievably quiet it is. Previously, you had semi-heard, like sometimes the cracking of ice or the shifting of rocks or stone. You haven't heard anything like that. The strip down. But Nyx, you get out your horn, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, the horn that we found here before with like the little picture etched on it.
Okay.
And Nyx is, after looking around at everyone and he's gonna put it up to his mouth and start blowing on it.
Make a performance check.
With my -1 modifier.
Wow, that's pretty good.
That's yeah. It's not like a trumpet per se, but it is like a full, like a curled horn. Those are hard to get sounds out of, like a good solid note. You get it first try, and you get echoes throughout the chamber, and nothing happens. But you can tell that sound probably was heard throughout the entirety of the crypts, and maybe beyond.
Well, I apologize if we run into something because of that. But yeah, I'm gonna toss it in the fireplace now. Nyx will walk over and start tossing it in.
You take the horn, you throw it in the fireplace. You watch it start to catch and burn, and as it burns away, it was wooden. It was like a nice, clean wood or like an animal's horn, or it's not. It's a. I'm sure what I'm trying to say. It was made out of like a biological material, like the wood, or like a ram's horn or something like that. As it starts to burn and catch, you see what's left is the exact same shape, but it's now polished brass. And as the flakes of ash fall away, you reach in and grab it. It's nice and cool to the touch. And there's no dents, there's no scuffs or marks. It's just a nice brass horn.
Hmm. Tarzan, does this ping anything for you?
Nope.
Hmm.
Carson's
Okay.
going to take the Shadowbound Wayfinder in his hand, and he's going to activate it. Takes.
All right, go ahead.
Do I roll the 2d6, or do you want to roll it, or?
Why don't you go ahead?
All right. Wow, great. That's fine. I gave myself plus 15 maximum hit points.
Yeah.
So now it's just plus 5. Do you want me to read the item's description, or are you just searching through stuff?
I'm just looking through things. One sec. Sorry. Okay. You activate it and you feel the necrotic in your body as things start to shrivel. It feels like you just got sick all of a sudden. Until you shrug it off. You're feeling a little bit better, but there's something missing. You look down at the Wayfinder, and the once spinning needle is now pointing in a perfectly map-wise here, perfectly western direction. well, I guess a bit of a northwestern from where you're standing in the right there.
Okay. I'll go to the logical endpoint of the northwestern direction, see if there's anything in this room and in this floor.
That's northeastern.
Sorry, northwestern. My bad.
All good. So the only thing you see here, and as you move around, it does shift to point directly towards that wardrobe.
I thought the wardrobe moved last we were here.
I don't remember it moving specifically.
Ah,
Okay, I might be wrong.
so it's pointing towards the wardrobe.
Yeah.
I'll say over here is where you found the wands in this cabinet over here. That may have been what you're thinking, but no.
I'm starting to go crazy. I'm gonna double check my VOD, but okay. Look inside of it. It's where the wands are, right?
No, the other side.
Oh,
So the other side is where you found the wands. I don't know if you guys checked this one. I think you may have grabbed the
We didn't.
loot off the top of it.
We did take the
Well, I don't
loot,
think we-
and I threw it in the fireplace, so it's technically not there, and it's in my inventory as a
Yeah.
staff of weirdness. But yeah, we never opened this.
Want me to check for traps?
Yes.
Make an investigation check.
$17.
You run your fingers along the bottom of the wardrobe, around the top, the side. You don't feel like there's any traps, mechanical or magical, as far as you can tell. Your detect magic is not pinging anything, Carson.
I'll
All right. I'll open it up.
He walks over, grabs the knobs, pulls it open. As he does, there is no back to the wardrobe. It continues to stone stairs that go up.
Must lead to Narnia. What's that? Well, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Clash,
Start
you
heading
coming?
up. Oh, yeah, sorry. Give me 1 second. What's the marching order going up the stairs?
I'll go first.
I'd like to be in the middle.
Nyx could bring up the rear.
I'll be second to first. Oh,
Second.
actually, no, Clash will be second to first. Karzan will be behind Cal.
As you come up the stairs, you find that it just opens up into another AC cavern. Off to the right, it kind of the cavern turns back behind to where you can't see it. There is a bush, another one of the bloodberry bushes there. Off to the left, you see, Ergi specifically, you see that this continues and then off to the left and then splits a little bit, little ways away into two separate tunnels.
All right. I wonder if this is the same. We've been close to this before. Take a peek above.
As you head, Ergi, as you head over in that direction, you see what looks like a den of something. There is bones and debris just kind of scattered throughout that little alcove. Make a perception check. You don't really notice anything else. There's a mound of something off to the right. And it's at that point that mound lunges at you.
Oh man.
Supplies.
That is... that's going to be a nat 20
Oh my gosh.
to hit. Plus 5. You take 23 points of piercing damage as what looks like a saber-toothed tiger clamps onto your leg. I need you all to roll initiative once I get this set up.
Wow.
I changed my music now.
As I yell, I guess we found the monster.
Yeah.
All right. Missing Karzin and Clash.
Yeah. Initiative.
Get Clash here.
You got Clash?
Yep. Oops. That. Okay. All around Nyx, you hear the shouts of Ergi and see this thing clamp onto his leg.
All right, first thing, Nyx pulls out his longbow while he moves 15, 20, 25, 30 feet that way, just to see if anything else comes out. And he is immediately going to start shooting at the saber-toothed tiger. Right, I can attack twice and then a third time because of Dread Ambusher.
Nope.
There we go. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna take my the sharpshooter penalty to the attack roll.
Okay.
And the first one is nat 20.
Jeez, all right.
Nice.
Okay, second attack. And I forgot to add the penalty for that.
There is balance.
Nat 20 followed by a nat 1.
Yep. Alright, so the first one, he does take that 20 points of damage.
Right. You know, before this. Oh, never mind. Third attack with the -5 penalty. 10 does not hit, does it?
10 does not hit, no.
Okay. All right. I think. Yeah, I already attacked. That's all Nyx is gonna do.
Okay. After Nyx's turn, it is the tiger's turn again. Seeing that there are more than just the one individual, he's going to shift to there and then claw at you, Ergi. Uh, 15 does not hit you, does it? Nope.
Nope.
This time it bounces, or as it claws, scrapes down your armor, leaving a mark on it, but no damage to you. Nope, that's not. Whatever. It's going to shift back there and then get in a crouching position. That is its turn. Ours in Europe with Ash on deck.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna cast. Yeah, level 1 Guiding Bolt.
Okay. Where you're at, or
I'll move over here? Question mark. Let me. Yeah, I can move one farther away still. Boop. Right there. Attack. Normal. Wow. Great.
all right. The guiding bolt fires off and hits some of the debris. It's in this creature's den.
Ugh. I guess that's gonna be it then.
Flash is going to run straight up to it. Run around it. And flank. And attack with his glaive. That should be with advantage. That definitely hits. Seven damage. Okay. Ash isn't gonna take. He's gonna stay there. He'll stay there. Cal, you're up with Ergi on deck.
You're muted.
Yep. I'm gonna get right up in here. I'm gonna stab this thing. Attack with advantage. 24 to hit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We're gonna roll this damage. That doesn't have my dexterity added to it for some reason, so that's gonna be 13 damage. 6 of it cold, if that matters.
It does not seem to matter.
And then I'm gonna bonus action attack it again with the say it has to be with a different weapon. So I will stab it with this one instead.
Okay.
26 to hit.
Upon reviewing the footage, I could see through the lighting that there was something behind it, and so I made a comment at the end of the session. We're like, I wonder what's behind there, and then that was the extent of what happened.
And then I think I fixed it or something like that. Yeah. But cool.
Yeah, that's right. That's 5 damage.
Okay, 5 damage. You slash into this thing several times. Make a perception check for me.
Oh,
Okay.
No big deal.
As you are attacking this this saber-toothed tiger, there's a part of your mind that's like, how the heck does a saber-toothed tiger or any creature like this get down this far deep into these caverns? And how is it still alive? And as you look at it, it's emaciated. It's starving. And as you slash into it, your second slash stabs it right kind of above the shoulder, and you hear it start to whimper. And you look up, and you see that there is a crack of ice in the ice above you that seems to be, it's hard to tell, but it seems to be like moving and closing, almost like something, it opened, this thing maybe fell through and closed again.
Huh.
And that's what you notice. You notice that there are no human skeletons in the debris, just small rodents or things of that nature. And now it's Ergi's turn. Unless there was
No.
any other movement or anything you wanted to do. Oh, sorry.
I think I would just say something's weird, and just leave it at that.
Ergy,
How's it looking?
say it again.
How's it looking?
It's looking rough.
Oh. Well, sad situation, but the job must be finished. I'll attack it. Am I in flanking, or is just Cal in flanking?
You're in flanking too. Yeah.
Cool. 17.
17 hits.
11 damage.
How do you want to do this?
I'll just hit it like kind of where the head meets the shoulders, like that important spinal area. Just with a down smash with the hammer. Try to kill it quickly.
There is a crack and a whimper before the thing drops. Unmoving onto the icy floor.
So, what did you see, Cal?
I'm not sure. Now that we're out of combat, can I make a closer perception check on specifically that crack?
I'll also look.
Go for it.
And Nyx is gonna look around as well,
Guidance.
since
I forgot.
because of what Cal said.
I got a 14 total.
And
go
Nyx
with-
got it too.
Go to Nyx first. What are you looking for?
Well, since Cal didn't specify what it was that was weird, he's just from where he's standing, he's looking around at the walls, the floor, the ceiling, the bones.
You also notice that there's a weird crack in the icy ceiling. The bones do seem to be small game. Rodents. Things that probably shouldn't, or things that shouldn't live in icy caverns like this. You also see like dry, long decaying leaves that are half frozen in a sheet of ice.
Oh, which part of the
Nothing-
ice?
Just kind of all in this area.
Okay.
Um,
I'm assuming these giant hay bales aren't here.
correct. Yeah, that was
Okay.
just part of the map. Tarzan, what were you looking at?
The crack. And also looking around with detect magic. Oh, I couldn't cast guidance because I'm concentrating on detect magic, so never mind. It's a 10.
It's a weird crack in the ceiling. I'll say, as the three of you start to talk about it and mention things, going off of Cal's Knack 20 before, it's a weird, almost like a seam in the ice. You didn't notice it before, Karzan, but you do now after talking about it, getting closer and getting underneath it. It does start to ping slight alteration magic.
Like the entirety of that seam up there?
And beyond.
By alteration, do you mean transmutation?
Sorry, yes. I've got Skyrim in my brain. Yeah, slight transmutation.
And it's like
Just
how,
ever
how,
so
how
slight.
high in the air?
I mean, it's about 15 feet, 15 to 20 feet tall is the ceiling. And you can feel that on that seam as far as you can feel the rest of the 30 feet up.
Huh. Is it more like a residue thing? It's just kind of like the ground is emanating that, or like the ceiling is emanating? Yeah, that's what you said.
Just the seam.
Okay.
Not around it, just the seam.
Meaning like the gap, like the empty space, or like the edges, like the stuff on that's touching the empty space.
Yes, to both of those.
Can I make an
Okay.
Arcana check to kind of understand if this is the result of a spell or
Sure.
what's happening here?
I'll say without much in the way of context, it's going to be a fairly high DC.
Can I get some help from Cal since we're all kind of talking and thinking about it?
Are we to the point where we want bardic or just a help action?
Just help action.
I'm gonna grab these berries.
Go roll D4.
Advantage. That's pretty good. 26 total.
That is
Expertise in Arcana will do that.
the help. Ergi, you get one bloodberry.
I'm gonna eat it.
You eat it right now?
Yep.
Okay. I believe that was
I have
regain 3 hit points.
Thank you.
I have my little cheat sheet here. Looking at this and understanding the nature of the mountain around, living here for 30 plus 30 34 35 years, there hasn't been a person who disappear, but there have been pets that have disappeared around the mountain. People always assume that it's from predators, mountain lions, saber cats like this one, bears, those kinds of things. But those normally don't come as close to the town or the actual base of the mountain for the most part. There are some that do, but for the most part not. You get the sense that this seam is not the case, is not the result of a spell, but a strange natural phenomenon in which this opens up all the way up on the surface and things fall all the way down if they are standing on top of it. You don't know at what frequency it happens, if it's every time something stands on this specific spot, but that's the only thing that makes sense to your mind. And with that that concept in your mind, you start to think, okay, well, transmutation magic that you're feeling comes from a natural source. This mountain has been strange for as long as people have been here.
Okay.
And there's a part of you that's like, I kind of want to go and find that spot and see what it's
Carson's
like.
already trying to like map the distance in his head from where he is to the entrance, like 1-to-1 ratio, the entrance of Deepfrost Citadel to where he is, like downwards, and trying to map in his head, like, all right, where is that on the surface? Like, what direction would I need to go?
It's hard to say. You get turned around like crazy down here. But history for another time, I guess, when you're back on the surface.
Carson will like recount his speculations and postulations, and he'll tell Nyx, if you would do me a favor and try to keep track of the distance between here and the elevator, you could perhaps, you're better at tracking and finding than me, I would imagine.
I can do that.
I appreciate it. Is there nothing else magical that pings anywhere around here?
There does not seem to be.
Okay.
Let me once again check my notes. I don't believe so.
Is the Wayfinder still pointing, or was the cabinet what it was pointing to?
The Wayfinder is now, you pull it out and it's spinning.
Great.
Looks like it was pointing to the cabinet.
Alright.
I'll take a turn. Or does it work that way, or is it a item
that's a
once
good
per day, or a
question.
person once per day?
Let me reread it, because for a second I thought it was like, it might be once per day per person. Let me look. Once per day, the possessor of the compass may spend 1 minute focusing on it. Once activated, the compass. I mean, it kind of doesn't. Oh wait, no, sorry. The compass regains its ability at dawn.
Okay.
So that was a once a day per person, like once a day per anybody thing.
Okay.
Annoying, but all right.
Hmm. Is would the saber-toothed tiger be too big to fit into the bag of holding as it is?
No, not at all. Or maybe, I don't know.
I mean, there's like a certain diameter to the opening of it, is what I'm wondering about.
Let me double check real quick. Oh, I guess it's in the item description, isn't it?
Wait, could Nyx tell like roughly how heavy or the saber-toothed tiger is?
It's several 100 pounds.
Oh.
Back.
It is considered a large beast.
Okay.
The diameter of the bag is 2 feet, so... I mean, it'd be hard.
Well,
With a few broken shoulders, you could technically fit him in.
Yeah, and then it can
but if
hold
it's-
up to... Is it 500 pounds? I'm trying to see the number here. There it is, 500 pounds.
So we probably could tow that back to town. Using the bag of holding.
Well, if it's several 100 pounds, that's probably like more than 500.
Several means 5 to me.
All right. Are we Googling?
According to
Well,
my brother,
I guess.
How much does a saber-toothed tiger weigh? I'm Googling this.
I was
Unless
just
it's
about to
not-
look that up, actually.
Well, I guess the alternative is Nyx could spend some time getting what would be useful
Ooh.
from saber-toothed tiger, and we just
Yeah.
stuff that in the bag.
350 to 620 pounds.
But you did say it was kind of emaciated, so it's going to be on the lighter end.
That's true. So probably closer to 350.
Possibly, yeah. I will say, according to my brother, several means 7.
That's not right. Several means at least
No.
3.
No, a few is 3 or above.
Yeah.
A
I've always
couple
thought
is
of
2.
few is 3 and several is 5, but, whatever.
I think few also means 3, but I also think few could and several are almost equivalent in words. At least in my mind, there's no justification for this.
Nix is probably just gonna start pulling things out so he can get,
Yeah, well,
I guess, the hide, the meats, if there's any good meats.
I'll drop
possible.
concentration.
Other things.
I'll drop concentration on detect magic while he's doing that to cast guidance to help him skin it and collect the teeth or something or whatever he would deem useful.
Yeah, teeth, especially the long ones.
Okay. So you guys spend a little bit of time. I'll say, you can have a short rest for those who are just watching.
For those who just got attacked by a nat 20 claw attack.
Yeah, yeah. Eric, was there something you wanted to say?
I was just seeing the eyes going off Skyrim.
Collect
Saber-tooth
the
eyes.
eyes.
Saber-tooth eyes.
Okay.
They have a good juice to them.
Take the pelt too. Probably sell it to the caravan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll make a great coat for someone.
Anyway, you guys can take the rest. I'll say, Nix, go ahead and roll. Let's do a survival check. Because you guys are taking a while on this, it'll be with advantage and the plus D4 for
Guidance.
Do we care enough about this for a point of inspiration? Oh, well, it's rolled.
That's still good.
Yeah. Oh, well. That's good.
yeah. I'll say you get a solid 50 pounds of good usable meat. However many teeth you want from the saber tooth. You want to collect the eyes, go ahead.
Yeah.
And then the biggest one is the pelt. You managed to get a good cut on the pelt, so you can call it a fine saber-tooth belt.
Okay.
All right. Well. Oh, would they not have wanted to invest? Never mind.
Oh, what's up?
Didn't think of it sooner, but not, wondering about investigating the room just in case there's something non-magical in here. Nyx is all about exploring.
Saber-tooth
wanna
tiger
make
teeth,
it?
sorry, can reach up to 7 or 8 inches, by the way. Just Googled that fact.
If you want to take a look, go ahead and make an investigation check while you're here.
I will help.
Okay, so with advantage.
Sure.
14.
You don't find anything else. You do find, as I said, several smaller skeletons. But that's kind of about it around here.
I'll also
Okay.
make a quick investigation check if that's alright or allowed.
Sure.
Oh, come on. That was a tease. Like, briefly went on the 19.
Um. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. As you guys finish up your rest, you get the stuff. You take a look around. You have the two passageways to the south. Then, of course, the stairs going back down into the library. What do you guys want to do?
South is a path we haven't been along before, right?
I think it has 2 paths,
Yep.
maybe. We'll see.
I'm thinking we go south.
Southwest or southeast?
Both. West first.
Okay, yeah. More asking what first.
Same march order as before.
Yep.
Okay, let me move Cal.
All right.
Also, at the end of the
As you head
short
in-
rest, I'll have Detect Magic up again, just to establish that.
Looking into this southwest passage, it opens up into a. Let me just read it. The sound of dripping water. It's weirdly written. The sound of dripping water hits your ears as it. Oh, my brain. I cannot read, sorry. The sound of dripping water as it hits the surface echoes through the cavern. Stalagmites and stalactites grow freely in it, in and around and above the pond, leaving little space for anything to move around. You do see a berry bush, a little bit of a larger berry bush, growing off to the side, and narrow natural walkways on either edge.
I'd like to take a look at the water.
As you get a little bit closer, you see that the water is only about 3, 4, 5 feet deep at the most. Clear. The only ripples that happen are from the stalactites dripping from above. Other than it's quiet. Did that sound actually come through,
Not really.
Mike? Dang it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It was a good one, too.
The first
Not
one
of that
kind of
time.
came through.
Yeah.
Alright.
Right.
You see another
Makes sense.
passageway all the way to the back of the room, and you do see that it curves around to the left a little bit there too. Excuse me. What do you guys want to do?
Well, following Ergi, I'm just gonna want to scan the room with Detect Magic as we walk around it.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Gladly.
Nyx is going to be looking around alert as well.
Perception check too, if you would like.
Ooh, that's pretty good
Right.
for me.
Ooh, whoa.
Uh-oh.
I'm a little scared.
Didn't see
No, we'll
anything.
pretend we didn't see
Stupid,
that.
stupid foundry. Um. Anyway, it's at that point where let's just do this. The cool. Tarzan and Nyx, you notice that one of the stalagmites is poking out of the ground. There is a quiver to it. And as you watch, there is a slit in the rock that kind of opens up to a small beady eye. Roll initiative.
All right.
Oh boy.
We got trouble, guys.
Stupid boundary in there.
Dang it.
Oof.
All bad.
Okay. Well, let us do this. Cal, you are up first.
What am I seeing?
So one of the what's it called?
Stalagmite.
Sorry, the stalagmites is starting to shift, and there are small, like vine-looking things starting to reach out towards you guys.
And is this thing like attached to the floor? Like, is it going to be able to move?
It doesn't. You're not sure. It hasn't moved yet. The tendrils, the vine things, are starting to shift through the water towards you. We're not sure if this thing will move or not.
And you said that the water itself is like 2-3 feet deep at the deepest spot.
At the deepest is about 5 feet.
Okay, deepest is about 5. Okay.
Yeah. Right where
and
you
is
guys
this
are at, it's
area
about 2 feet.
and the area right around it is 5 feet, is what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. I'm gonna give Ergi a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Nice.
And I'm gonna say, "Don't worry, man. Your main is way cooler than that thing's." And then I'm gonna try to throw a dagger at it.
Okay.
If any giant lion ever blushed, you'd see it.
Just checking a dagger. Completely mundane one, because I don't want to lose one of my fancy ones. Cool. Well, that splish splashed, and it's taking a bath, and that'll be my turn.
It is taking a bath immediately after it hits,
What?
and then clings off the rocky shell.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And falls
If
into
you
the
give us a
water.
monster where 8 hits, like actually hits, I'm gonna be mad. Actually.
Well, a zombie, man. All right. Hey. The end of your turn.
Yeah. I can't do anything.
Tarzan.
Sweet. Tarzan getting good initiative. What is happening? All
Yes.
right.
So weird.
Never prepared for this. All right. We're gonna action.
Action surge.
No. We'll Sacred Flame. I imagine this thing's not very dexterous. So it needs to make a dex save.
That's a solid 7.
Yeah, that fails. That'll be 2d8 radiant damage. For a total of 8.
8 points of radiant damage.
And then, you know what? Let's see. Why am I not filtered to just prepared spells? Come on. Yeah, we're gonna bonus action cast spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Right next to him. Spell attack roll with that.
What does your spiritual weapon look like?
If last time we did it, it was the. Maybe I can make it look different this time. Let's see. Last time it was a giant maul that was shaped like two scales, like a merchant scale, at the heads. Well, what else could I do? I bet I could do something interesting. I want to say a spear, but I'm trying to think of what a spear would look like. A spear that its handle is made of like a roll of coins. It's golden, of course. And the tip, it has a feather motif, I'm going to say, with like a point like a pen.
Okay.
And
Cool.
I get to do a spell attack roll, but the sheets doesn't let me just click that for some reason. So I'm switching over to Tidy 5e again. Spellbook, spell attack, normal. That's a lot to hit. 21.
21 does hit, yes.
So 1d8 plus my spellcasting ability. It's this measly 6 force damage.
6 damage, alright.
And Carzan's gonna move over here, and that's gonna be his turn.
Cool. Nyx, you're up.
Nyx is gonna stay where he is and start shooting. Well, he's gonna fire one arrow and see what happens with that first. If
Okay.
I can. Oh, whoops. Okay. With a -5 penalty for a sharpshooter.
Oof.
It doesn't hit, does it?
9 does not hit, unfortunately.
Okay, let's try this again.
That's better.
17 also does not hit.
What? Holy mackerel.
Thing seems to be made of stone, rock. You can hear the metal of your arrow tip clang against it.
Do I? I'm gonna try one more time without the penalty.
22 does hit.
Alright, so I probably hit the eye or maybe not the eye. I don't know. Okay.
Your arrow does. This one does seem to find a chink in the armor, if you will, and sinks in far.
Okay.
That was the
Since
same rolls
this-
last time, so you would have missed last time.
Yeah, since this was the extra attack from Dread Ambusher, I guess the 1d8 extra damage. Okay.
So that was 11 points of damage.
Yep, 11 piercing. And yeah, staying where I am.
It is now Roper's turn. One sec here. Okay. It is going to... You watch as it shoots out a couple of tendrils that grab something underneath the water and pulls itself 10 feet towards you guys. And then all of a sudden, 4 tendrils lash out all at once. One to Karzin, one to Ergi, one to Clash, and Cal, you were behind a Slagmite, so you're good. The other one to... Yeah. The other one to Nyx. So the first one to Karzin. It's going to be a 14 that misses.
Oof.
Next one to Ergi is a 22. Here, let me...
Wow.
That's my AC.
That one hits and you are grappled. Next one to Clash is a 23 that hits. He is grappled. Nyx, that is a 20. You are grappled.
20, yeah.
Okay. It is going to then use a real attack and pull each grappled creature up to 25 feet straight towards it. And then is going to use... This is all within one multi-attack, by the way.
Mackerel, man.
Ropers
Nice.
are disgusting. Is then going to use a bite attack on Nyx, since you actually did damage to him.
Of course.
Is restrained.
Restrained grants advantage.
Restrained does grant advantage. Jeez.
So are they just grappled or are they restrained as well?
They are grappled, and the target is grappled until the grapple ends. The target is restrained. Has disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, and the roper can't use that same tendril on another target.
Oh my gosh.
So that hits you with a 25.
Oh boy.
That's going to be 19 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
As this thing, you watch as where there once was just stone, it opens up and cracks and launch chomps down on you. I can't talk tonight. Sorry, guys. But that is all of its turn. Flash's turn. Flash is going to shift around, not grab his glaive, but grab his maul, and attack twice. I just remembered he's
Level 5.
He's going to attack twice with his maul. He does not have... And the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. That's what restraint says. Okay. So he's going to attack twice with disadvantage.
That's still really good.
That still hits.
Huh.
Holy crap.
Holy mackerel.
Okay, cool.
Wow.
So that will
2
be
hits. Wow.
15 and 16. That's 31 points of damage. And then he's going to action surge
Yeah.
and do that again. Disadvantage. That does miss.
Ugh.
Aww.
Robbed of a nat 20.
That also misses. Okay. That is the end of Clash's turn. Ergi.
Oh wait, quick question. Does a spiritual weapon count for flanking? Because it
Probably played that in the
threatens,
past. It does. If we're going off of Baldur's Gate rules, then sure. But
it's up to you.
yeah, you know what? Where is it?
So I will honestly say I initially put it right here in my mind. So
Okay.
it wouldn't be granting flank into Clash at least.
Okay, I will say sure. Yeah, I'll allow that.
If you want to place like
So-
a token so we can remember, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't. Let's see. Do I have any? Oh,
Yeah, that works.
okay. Ergi, you're up. Because of the flanking, your attacks will just be straight attacks.
So if I were to apply another advantage of a different way, would I then get advantage, or is it
No.
maxed out
It
at?
doesn't.
Okay.
It doesn't stack, unfortunately.
You could have a million source of advantage and one source of disadvantage, and it's still a normal attack.
Cool. All right. Bonus action, Hunter's Mark.
Oh!
All right. Is marked.
Okay. And then I will attack twice with my Warhammer.
Cool. Great rolls. $22 hits.
I will throw a level 2 Divine Smite into that one.
Ooh.
All right.
So
3d8
First-
extra radiant damage.
first I'll roll weapon damage, then I'll roll smite damage, and then I'll roll Hunter's Mark damage.
Holy mackerel, this guy's going crazy.
12.
12. And
12.
then 12 radiant. And then 2.
26 points. Jeez.
That's my turn.
That is your turn. Dang. All right. Al, you're up. I will say parts of this now have been broken off and cracked. It's looking quite hurt.
You know, for more than any other reason, I just want to know how this thing laughs. I'm gonna cast Tasha's on it.
Okay. No, what you want is my interpretation of how this thing laughs. I see.
Yeah.
All right, what is that? A wisdom save?
Yeah, DC 15 Wisdom.
Let's see. Do I get anything for this? Nope.
Oh.
14.
Cool. If it can, it falls prone and it is incapacitated and unable to stand for the duration. As long as it has an intelligence higher than 4, I'm assuming it does. Or higher.
Or higher, it does, yes.
Yeah. At the end of each of its
Barely.
turns, or when it takes damage, it may reattempt the saving throw.
Okay.
How
How do you cast the spell?
I think I just say, I could come up with a joke, but I don't think I'll come up with a better one than you.
You see, it's one beady eye shift to you, and it narrows before the mouth opens up, and you hear this.
Ugh.
Awful.
That sounded like it hurt your throat.
It's just a bit. And it is. It does not fall prone, but it. All the rest of what you said is accurate. It stays.
Great.
I'm just gonna put this under charmed, technically. Boy. Yeah, it is incapacitated. Okay. Tarzan, I believe that is your turn.
Okay.
Ugh.
What's Tarzan doing? Excellent question. I'm only concentrating on, like, what is it?
Oh, sorry. Can I quick just throw a dagger? Probably won't do anything, but
Sure, go for it.
yeah. Okay, cool. I threw a dagger.
I think I'm only concentrating on detect magic or something, which, I'm going to cast Bless.
Okay.
At first level, I'm going to bless Nyx and Clash and Ergi. And then I'm going to... I can't move him, but I'm going to move my spiritual weapon to a more advantageous corner. I am going to hide behind the stalactite.
Alright,
And I'm going to attack with the spiritual weapon.
go for it.
Spell attack.
Just
with
to make sure you
advantage.
know, it gets a saving throw on laughing if you hit it.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong to hit it. I'm just making sure you know.
There's a chance
It is
that
looking
you
rough.
and Nick could finish it.
I
But
gave you
maybe
guys bless. I feel like you'll be able to get through the disadvantage if it saves. It has to save anyway to do it. That's 24 to hit.
It's
So it gets to make a save, and I deal 1d8 plus 5 force, or is it force or radiant? I don't remember.
it's force.
10 force damage.
Okay. Oy. Alright. The end of Carzan's turn. Nyx.
Does it get
Did
to make
it
a
roll
save
the wisdom save?
Oh, sorry. Yes, my
against
bad.
laughing?
So for
That's
there it is.
nat 20. Alright.
It is no longer charmed.
Sorry.
No, it's all right.
okay.
Let's see. Um. Okay, Nyx is gonna pull out his rapier, and first he's going to cast Ensnaring Strike, because if this thing can get restrained, then the advantage and disadvantage would cancel each other. And then he's going to attack with the rapier.
Okay, what does it need to do for ensnaring strike?
Um,
Well, the next time you hit a creature. Yeah,
The-
sorry.
The next time I hit a creature with a weapon attack, the creature must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by magical vines until the spell ends.
You gotta
A
hit
large
first.
or larger creature has advantage on this saving throw. Oh dear.
He is large, so he'll have advantage.
Okay, attack roll with... That definitely does not hit.
That does not.
Let's try.
I would say you get a D4, but I don't think a D4 would save you with guidance.
Try it anyway since you
Bless.
reminded me. Yeah.
Or sorry, bless, I mean, not guidance.
14?
14 does not hit.
Okay. Okay, second attack, and I'm going to remember the 1d4 this time. Oh, really? No. Never mind. Oh, does 20 hit?
20 does hit, yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, since I got that, I'm also going to use Favored Foe once, so... It is marked as my favorite enemy for 1 minute, or... No, I'm not doing that. It would...
Break ensnaring strikes concentration.
Yeah. Okay, let's see, damage. Six damage.
6
So
damage.
strength. Okay, so now the strength saving roll to see if it gets restrained by the vines.
Cool. So he would need to roll a strength saving throw if that 6 damage hadn't just killed it.
Oh!
Wait, really?
Really? How do you want to do this?
As like around the time that it stops laughing because of the previous damage, Nyx is just gonna reach right in and stab it through the roof of the mouth.
Following the trajectory of the stalagmite that it is, you reach your rapier in there, and true to form, there is a nice soft palate that you stick it through. There's some resistance before you're able to push your arm all the way in, and there is a slight tip of your rapier jutting out the top. As you do that, vines start to break up from the ice in the ground, start to ensnare it and wrap around it before all of it starts to settle and fall and die. Once again, we are out of combat.
Not grappled, and
We're no longer grappled. Flash just kind of steps a few steps back. That was an ugly thing.
Agreed. Even it thought so.
Well, what parts should we take from this monster?
Kakar's and ascertain what type of magical bits and pieces people would want from this thing?
Sure, you can do a maybe a medicine check.
Could it be nature instead?
It'll be a higher DC. Sure.
Oh wait, never mind. I don't know why I'm asking that. Yeah, medicine. I'm like, for some reason I thought I was intelligence based. Spellcaster. I'll ask Nyx to help me
Sure thing.
and cast guidance as well. Boop. 20 total.
20 total. Some of the carapace that's on the outside of this creature is very hard. And it doesn't seem like natural stone or something that would like grow from sitting here for a long time. So I'd say if you guys can carve off some of that, that could be used as a material for somebody. Other than that, you're not sure what the innards of this sucker looks like. You would imagine it has a digestive tract, some kind. It's got 3 rows of razor sharp teeth, and just the one eye. That's kind of all you get from this creature.
Didn't I shoot it in the eye with an arrow earlier?
Not in the eye. You hit in between some of the carapace armor.
Okay.
So
Alright, shall we then?
Indeed. And cast guidance on him.
once again, survival check with advantage and guidance. You guys are sitting there for a little bit. While he's doing that, Cal and Ergi, what are you guys up to?
Keeping watch about it.
I'll probably go grab the berries off of this bush.
Okay.
Remember, if you eat multiple in a day, there's a good chance of getting like super sick. So just keep that in mind.
I personally do have disease immunity,
Oh, that's true.
but I'd offer them to Nyx because I think he got pretty damaged.
Kind of hurt, yeah.
So you said this bush is a little bit bigger.
It is, so you can roll 2d4 and see how many you get. You get 4. Nice. You pick the berries as you hear this ripping sound. You turn around real quick and you can see Nyx ripping some of these pieces of carapace off of this dead creature. You get 6 decent-sized chunks of rock-hard carapace. So in the inventory, whoever wants to keep track of this.
I've been writing down.
Okay. So I'll say 6 large roper carapace chunks. What else did you want to grab, Nyx?
Say maybe the eye.
I guess the eye and maybe After
Make
being
them-
bitten by this thing, Nyx is only going to go for like maybe 4 or 6 teeth.
Maybe the tendrils.
You could make some dope arrows with the teeth.
Bet the tendrils are a nice stringy substance. I don't know.
Yeah, after that thought about the arrows, maybe Nyx will try to get more, maybe a whole row of teeth.
You get 20 roper teeth. The eye is interesting, however. Once the carapace is away from the edge, or where the eye is, and you kind of, it's kind of morbid work, but you kind of carve away from around where the eye normally is on this thing, and it's contained within this outer shell. There's no way to get the actual eye out without taking the outer shell with it. It's weird. There's nothing connecting the eye to the rest of the roper. It's just the shell that's surrounding it and kind of moves
Well,
on
that's slightly
a
disturbing.
weird hinge.
So, are we able to take the eye and outer shell out together?
You can, yeah.
Okay, let someone else figure out how
There's-
to get the shell off.
Yeah, and there's just no, it's a weird. There's no muscles connecting the shell to anything else on the roper. It was just there. This is a weird creature.
Yeah.
Magical creature. With magical parts. Haha.
Oh yeah, were the vines or tentacles any?
Yeah, I mean they're. It's funny. You start like pulling on them, and then pulling on them, and then pulling on them until you have about 50 feet on one tentacle, one tendril.
So we just harvested a bunch of naturally
Well,
occurring rope.
Basically,
Stretchy, I'd imagine.
a little bit, kind of like an octopus's tentacle, but more hardy.
Nice.
I'll toss these 4
Strange
berries
creature, but
over
Nyx is
to
probably kind of
Nick.
used to this. Oh, how many four berries? Oh, thanks.
Yep.
Are these berries that we should only eat one of at a time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, Nyx will eat one of those berries.
You regain, you heal 3 hit points.
Cardinal.
I'll say you get, real quick, you get 5 intact tendrils.
50
five
feet.
by 50 feet. Got it.
5 50 feet tendril, yeah. Call them roper ropes.
Nice.
How many saber-toothed teeth did we get? I didn't write. I don't think we put a number on that.
You get about the two big ones,
Yeah.
and then 10 of the smaller ones.
We'll say 12 then. I'll just remember 2 big ones. Okay. I think that satisfies the harvesting portion, unless you've got anything else.
No, I'm ready to move on.
I'll ritually cast Detect Magic again and sweep the room.
As you sweep the room, you do not detect anything else.
Lame.
Do we have an idea how this creature could survive down here?
I'm guessing it's feeding on the latent magical energy that's just pulsing through this mountain. But I don't know.
Considering we found a naturally occurring phenomenon of transmutation magic. Yeah, that makes sense.
But that's not guaranteed. It could be more complicated than that, but it seems like the kind of thing that would just feed on natural energies in the air.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Where are we
you two
going?
probably know more about magical creatures than I do.
Where to next?
Well, maybe we go down and then we can wrap our way around back up.
We could go to the lava room and the... What's it? Catacombs. Oh,
Yeah.
forgetting about Clash. Oh no, not on top of me.
I'm gonna cast Divine Sense right here, Josh,
Okay,
just in case.
sure.
Didn't we see something terrifying down in that water at some point?
I believe we did.
Mhm.
What we thought was a pair of eyes.
Fine sense.
So it's only celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. Also, anything that's been consecrated or desecrated.
Zach, sorry. You do not sense anything of those natures. However, as you get the boom, pulse out from you of your divine sense, you see two yellow eyes deep in the water just blink at you. No movement, no things getting closer, but it's watching you.
Well, it doesn't seem like it's a real danger.
Alright.
Do we need to be concerned for the idiots who are going to come down here at some point and do something about that now?
Yeah, I can imagine someone imagining that they're like gemstones or something.
Hypothetical scenario where one of us rolled a nat 1 and said, oh, there's 2 gems down there.
I was more thinking about the inevitable fact that other people are going to be in here at some point.
Yeah. No, that's... I'm implying that as well, that somebody else is going to come down here, see the 2 eyes, get too curious.
Just to experiment, I'll find a rock, like a smallish rock, and I'll just toss it like right over where the eyes were to see what happens when it floats down. Thanks.
You drop the rock, there's the the eyes kind of dart to one side, then vanish. You wait a sec. You don't reappear.
Detect Magic's not picking
Weird.
up anything down in the water, right?
Detect Magic is not picking up anything down in the water. Yeah. Not. Sorry. I have to read that real quick. Not detecting anything, no.
Okay. I'm willing to leave it be for now.
All right.
Some idiot is probably gonna come in here, but I guess we'll deal with that when that happens.
They'll deal
Yep.
with it when it happens.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't have to
True.
be our job.
Hmm.
Missing a little bit up here, right?
I believe so.
Cal is coming too, right?
Sorry. Yep.
Okay.
I would hope so.
Kyle, as you walk by, out of the corner of your eye, you see two.
Sorry, I didn't. I only have one screen, so I had to tab back and forth.
Oh, sorry. You see the two yellow eyes blinking at you as you walk by.
1 second. Can I summon cantrip 2 dancing lights and blink them in the pattern that it blinked at me? I'm just gonna mimic what it's doing.
It follows along, and you see it get the two eyes get ever so closer to you.
Guys, I'm not gonna break eye contact, and I'm gonna keep following the blinking, but just kind of call back to the others.
It never breaks. It never breaks the surface, but it does get close enough to where you can see what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, Nyx does come back, longbow and arrow out ready because we did just fight 2 creatures. Like, what is it, Cal?
It looks from where you're sitting. It looks like a large toad, white and blue coloring, bright yellow eyes with slits, and it does kind of the puppy dog's tilt of the head as you're following along with its eye blinks.
Would Nyx recognize this kind of creature?
Make a nature check.
Guidance? No, wait, no. I'm concentrating on detect magic. Never mind.
12?
I mean, there are many types of extra large creatures. Some of them were potentially enlarged by wizards of old or something like that, and then just procreated and became its own species of that creature. This just looks like a giant toad who has adapted to live in icy tundras.
Okay.
After about 20 seconds of you guys looking at this thing, as fast as...
Well, before that happens, like after about 10 seconds, Carson's gonna reach into the bag of holding, take out about a pound of saber-tooth meat. Do frogs eat meat?
They eat bugs, which are
meat.
protein, and
He'll
so
toss
a
it out in
giant
front of the
frog
frog.
would.
Okay, as you toss it, faster than you can see for the most part, its tongue lashes out, grabs the saber-tooth meat out of the air, pulls it back in.
Oh.
The water...
Huh.
After about 10 more seconds, it does it again. The tongue lashes out, not directly to any of you, into one of your dancing lights. Can't find purchase and just brings his tongue back.
Huh.
Tries it again on the other one. And if a frog can look confused, it does.
I'd like to move my dancing lights in front of my torso, I think.
What?
What? Cal, what are you doing?
And then blink at it.
I will hold on to him.
Okay.
I have solutions for this.
Are you trying to?
I wouldn't.
You trying to tame it? What do you?
I don't know. I'm trying to learn.
18 hits you? It does.
Yeah, AC 17.
After a few seconds, you see the mouth open ever so slightly, and the tongue lashes out and hits you in the stomach, knocking the wind out of you,
Okay.
out of your lungs. And then, without wrapping around you, it's so sticky on the end that it starts to like pull you back towards it. What do you do?
Did that deal damage?
It did not deal damage.
Okay. Then I don't have to maintain concentration. I let it pull me.
What?
Prepared action that if I'm inside of its mouth and it's going to close, so I would lose line of effect, I'm going to teleport away.
Okay. You plunge into the water.
Yeah.
Pulled ever so, or not far down, but it does back up just a little bit into the water. And I'll say you're like probably there. It's sitting over here,
Okay.
and it's about to, like, the mouth opens wide and you're about to get pulled in. I mean, it's not a large creature, so like it's just gonna like take a chomp, possibly.
I don't go yet. I let it pull me in.
Cal,
Okay.
what are you doing?
I don't know if you can hear you under the water.
And do this.
A nat
Oh,
20.
Cool. That will be. Okay. So you take 3, 6, 7 piercing damage. And 1 cold damage. So 8 damage total.
Okay, I
As
lose
this
my
thing-
dancing lights.
So the dancing lights go away. This thing chomps down real quick. And just and then almost immediately as it chomps down, it lets go. The tongue retracts. And it backs up further down into the water. Are your eyes open or closed right now in the water?
Oh, for sure open.
Sure, open. Okay. You watch as it almost like burrows down into the icy water, and you see that there is a tunnel that goes way down.
Huh.
into complete blackness. You
Uh,
also notice, real quick, you all make a perception check for this one.
Perception check.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
Nice. You do notice at several points attached to the walls of this tunnel that leads down into darkness, there is something like affixed to the wall. Not a natural thing.
Like a bracket for a torch, or like what do you mean?
Like, I mean, you can swim a little bit closer to find out, or to get. But
Yeah,
there's
I
like
will.
6 or
I'll go.
7 of these all going down into the tunnel. You swim down a little bit closer, and there's like a block of something about this big, attached by nails into the ice. As you look at it closer,
Carson's on the
Make
surface
an
going
intelligence.
like, I think he's lost it.
You said intelligence.
Intelligence check, yeah. Or history. I'll say intelligence or history.
Oh, I will definitely take the history, which is a +3 on that roll, so it'd be a 16.
16. This is an explosive.
Huh.
A pretty hefty explosive. It's older and been waterlogged, but there's a bunch of these affixed to the walls.
And did the frog go through the tunnel, or did the toad go through the tunnel, or did it just kind of like burrow into the side?
It went down into the tunnel. And you can, if you look down, you can see its eyes. By the way, make a Constitution saving throw real quick for me.
For what?
You're nice
damage.
and cold water.
I am
This
immune.
water. Are you holding on to the rose?
Uh-huh. Have been since we came in here.
Okay.
You're not immune, you're resistant. But still, that
Oh,
does
is
help.
it resistant?
Yeah,
I thought that I was immune to the effects from cold water and such.
let's see.
That may be Papa Slippers.
I might have gotten them mixed up,
Yeah,
yeah.
Papa Slippers do that.
But
Chromatic Rose just resistance to
this
frost
gives you
and
resistance to
cold.
cold. Okay, in that case, make the Constitution saving throw with advantage.
Okay, I'll take that.
And then if you fail, you'll have the damage. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Great.
But yeah, as you look further down, you can see its eyes in the darkness, kind of shining with whatever light comes from above. It's still there. And it looks, I mean, you can see the eyes and that's about it, so.
All of my spells have verbal components. Dang it.
You can still no. Can you not cast spells underwater without verbal components?
No, not unless you have water breathing.
Hmm.
I'm gonna surface and say I'm good, and then cast dancing lights, and then swim back down a little bit. And I'm gonna, not on my chest, away from me, blink at the frog, or the toad.
You swim, how far do you swim down? Like
10 feet.
Okay. You swim about 10 feet down. Your lights follow along. And you blink every once in a while. It takes you a few attempts, but the frog eventually does start blinking back in sequence.
Let's see, what's my...
I was just checking how long you could hold your breath.
2 minutes, yeah.
You only have a +1 Constitution modifier?
Is it 1 plus your con? I thought it was
Yeah.
just your con.
It's 1 plus
Oh,
your
then
con.
3 minutes. Yeah, so I'm gonna blink at it for like the 3 minutes and see if I can get it to like do something again.
Okay. After a little, make a persuasion check.
Okay. You want an animal handling? I mean, I prefer persuasion, but I feel like it would be animal handling.
Yeah, let's do animal handling.
Yeah.
Sense.
I just talked myself out of a 7 modifier and into a 0, so that's cool.
It blinks back at you, but it does not get closer, and it does not lash out at the lights again.
Alright. I'm gonna give up on that and swim back up to the surface, and then prestige myself clean. Or dry.
Sounds
Nix
good.
is gonna walk up to him and slap him on the face. What were you thinking, mister?
I learned about a secret passage, so suck it.
Tarzan would have made
Does
a
it go
bet
anywhere?
that he doesn't come up with someone.
Flash would have taken that bet.
Tarzan will give a gold piece to Clash and be like,
All right.
Betting against me, Carson? Come on.
When you went back down, I thought you had clearly lost your mind. We were going to wait a few minutes and see if we needed to help you.
I did consider following the tunnel to I don't know where, but down by myself, and decided to come back and talk to you guys first. So, didn't completely lose my mind.
Well, it seems dangerous, but that's an option.
So what have you learned about the secret passage?
That it goes down, and that there's TNT type stuff strapped to the sides.
Curious.
And the toad thing that sucked me down didn't actually want to attack me, and was actually shocked that I was a humanoid. And when it realized, it swam away as fast as it could and hid in the tunnel. So I don't think it's going to be hostile to any people who come down here.
Interesting. Well, if we had a spell of water breathing, we could potentially try to go down that way, but I don't think we'd want to attempt it.
Josh, did I have interacted with many languages before. Did that interaction seem to actually have the structure of language to me?
There is as you think back on it,
Yeah.
blinking in sequence, following your blinks in sequence. Possibly.
One moment, I'm gonna jump back in the water and swim down 10 feet. And before I hit the water, I'm gonna cast Comprehend Languages on myself.
Oh.
And here I was about to mention that I remembered I have speak with animals.
Oh well, if my thing doesn't work, we can do yours. But I'm gonna actually hold up. Yeah, no, that comprehend languages is not concentration. So yeah, I'm gonna do dancing lights, comprehend languages, jump in the water, and blink at the thing.
Tarzan mumbles to Clash. Bet's still technically on now.
Yeah, fine. Yes.
I already gave him the gold through inventories, so.
Oh, nice. You start blinking the lights, and it starts blinking back. The issue with comprehend languages that you are at this point in time realizing that the spell specifically says you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language you hear.
Does it? Dang it.
Does. You understand any written language that you see, but must be touching the surface.
So technically, if I was touching the toad's eyes, this would work.
This spell does not decode secret messages in text or a glyph, such as
Yeah,
arcane
you're
sigil.
right.
And so as you're thinking that, the blinking, while it is following your pattern, and then sometimes you follow its pattern, it does almost seem like a conversation or an attempt of some kind. You're not sure if it's actively trying to talk or communicate. That's about what you get.
I'm gonna slowly go back towards the surface, but keep blinking in like slow, friendly ways to try to get it to come closer.
Okay. It seems to be staying far down.
I just don't think speak with animals is gonna work with it 50 feet underwater. I don't think it can hear us, and I don't think we could hear its response. And none of us can talk underwater.
Yeah.
Well, we tried.
This thing could potentially have a lot of information. But I don't know if there's anything else I can do. Alright, I'm gonna shut off the one and slowly blink it, the other one, while I like wave it back and forth. And then I'm gonna turn around and swim up.
Can rangers prepare animal friendship? They can, if you prepare it. So if we are very so inclined, we can come back down here, have Nyx cast animal friendship.
Well, the thing with ranger spells is that they don't prepare spells at the beginning of each day. They learn spells.
Wait, rangers are
So,
learning if they're not prepared?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, then
yeah,
never
so I
mind.
would have to change out a spell when I level up, or get it when I turn level 7.
Or hopefully next time it's just closer to the surface and we can talk to it.
That too.
Alright.
All right.
Cal gives up.
That was a fair bit of time.
I still found out about a secret passage, and I count that as a win. And I learned that this thing is probably not hostile to other humans, or humanoids. So that's also a win.
Okay.
As you round the corner, thinking on the weird creatures that you've found in this frozen cavern, this place that seemingly has been sealed away but still has life in it. We are going to stop there, I think, because it is midnight.
Yep, it is late.
So,
How much time do you feel has passed? We took a short rest.
took a short rest. That's an hour. You've probably been away from town for 2 hours to get up there, about half hour to get down.
4.5, 5 hours, maybe 6.
Maybe I'll say maybe about 4 hours, 4.5 hours.
We're not too worried because the caravan's going to be here for a while. So
Yeah, I think we have about 20 hours before we need to be worried about caravan timing at all. And that's if they stayed for a really short trip, right?
I did prepare sending today, so I could sending Soren. 'Cause they
And
probably
see what the status is and decide. Yeah. I also feel like we can probably clear the floor with another hour. And then just head up at that point, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be unlocking any doors that we can't relock
Yeah.
and then let stuff out or whatever, right? So
Sounds good to me.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, fun time, guys.
Hey.
Fighting guys.
Thanks, guys, for joining tonight, and let's plan on next week.
Aren't you going to be out of town?
Everyone's just kidding. Let's plan on 2 weeks from now.
Probably. I move on the 28th,
Oh, that's right.
and which we should be fully in before then, and so it should be fine.
I did that once. When I moved, I also moved on a Saturday, and I was able to play on Tuesday, just barely. So,
Yeah.
just barely, though. I won't blame you if you're not available.
Yeah. I'm guessing we
we'll-
will be because I need to have my desk set up. I'm expected to work remotely on the Monday, and so I
Hmm.
need to have Wi-Fi set up, and I need to have my desk set up. Like that's gonna be the bed gets set up, and then the desk gets set up, like in that order, and then we'll worry about everything else after.
Makes sense.
So
All right.
yeah.
Well, you guys have a good night, and we will hopefully see you in a couple weeks.
Yep. See you later.
Thanks, guys.
Also,
Absolutely.
just to say, the 8th is my birthday, so I won't be playing that day.
Fair.
So,
Fair.
yeah. So hopefully we can play on the 1st, or else we're going to the 15th. So, or at
Okay,
least I
sounds
won't be
good.
here till the 15th.
All right.
All right, night,
Yeah.
guys.
Good night.